morning, guys. The time is 7:07, so we're up bright and early. Today is First Tech Challenge Kickoff, so we are going to head to Muskogee High School, and it's exciting. This is my first year doing Kickoff for First Tech Challenge, because this is my second year, but first full year doing FTC. Last year I was on a team through TOAST, which is the Oklahoma Association of Science and Technology. I was on Team HiveMind. It was such a great experience. But this year we decided to go a different route, and now I'm on a Girl Scout team. And this is kind of like the announcement. Yeah, so I'm on Team Supergirls. This is actually my first time doing any kind of event with them. Although it's just kickoff, it's still pretty big. So I'm very excited. I think I'm only meeting up with one teammate today, but it's still super exciting. So we're gonna go get gas and then we're gonna hit the road. Okay, so I just filled up on gas. The drive's about 45 minutes, so it's not long at all. So I'm gonna hit the road and I'll see you when I get there. So we made it. We're officially at Muskogee High School. This is Everett. Everett, what team are you on?
I'm on Mousebit 11572.
I am not on Mousebit. But yeah, exciting. I can't wait. Okay, so we just finished judging 101. We got some good notes for the most part. We have judging 102 in like 5 minutes. But I feel pretty good about it. Not much has changed, at least so far from what I've seen. I'm excited to read the game manual, but for the most part, nothing's changed. It's weird, my camera's being strange. We just finished judging 102. Sorry, I just recognized someone. But yeah, judging 102. There's a lot of portfolio changes in the rules.
If you need to add an idea, do that.
So we are doing an activity right now where we're making a city. But it is very loud in there, and I will say, I think this is like the part of Tourette's that's like really hard. That's pretty hard to deal with, is the sensory input and the getting overwhelmed really easily. So I stepped away. I'm gonna join the group back in a minute. I think I'm learning now more than ever that it's really important, especially in these situations, to put yourself first and to take the time that you need, which is really hard for me. So, but we're good.
This is kind of more general business and all that.
That Suitable and some other places have sent us to give away to you guys the things. But after the reveal video, so we'll have it at 11 o'clock.
To the Deep, presented by RTX. For operators, a human player, a coach, and a robot. Each match is played with 4 randomly selected teams, 2 per alliance. But each alliance is allowed 1 human player. Your opponent for one match may be your partner for another. Robots must be built from materials specified in the competition manual and fit within an 18-inch sizing cube. But after the match starts, robots may expand, but may never horizontally exceed a 20 by 42-inch rectangle. The primary scoring element is a plastic sample, 1.5 square by 3.5 long. There are 20 samples for the Red Alliance, 20 for the Blue Alliance, and 40 yellow Alliance neutral samples. Another game element is the clip. Each alliance has access to 20 clips. Human players may attach clips onto samples to create specimens. The game is played on a 12-foot square playing field with a foam tile floor and 1-foot high walls. A submersible structure is located in the center. Within the submersible are the barriers, low rungs, high rungs, low chambers, and high chambers. In opposite corners are low and high baskets. Below the baskets are the taped-off net zones. On the other corners are taped-off observation zones. On both sides of the submersible are the ascent zones. Near the front and back walls are the taped-off red, blue, and Alliance neutral preset sample zones. April tags are located on the field walls to aid navigation. Blue and red Alliance areas are on the left and right sides of the field. Before each match, 60 samples are randomly arranged in the submersible zone. 20 clips are positioned outside of each observation zone, and 12 samples are positioned on the preset sample zones. Teams place their robots on the field, touching the sidewalls. Each robot can start the match with either one specimen or one sample. The field and players are now ready. The match begins with a 30-second autonomous period. During auto, robots may attempt to score using pre-programmed instructions and sensor inputs. Following auto is the 2-minute teleoperated period. Robots score using driver inputs. There are many ways to score during the auto and teleop periods. For example, scoring a sample into the net zone earns 2 points. And scoring a sample into the low basket earns 4 points, or 8 points for scoring into the high basket. Robots may bring Alliance-specific samples to the observation zone. Human players can attach clips to the samples, turning them into specimens. Scoring a specimen on the low chamber earns 6 points, or 10 points if scored on the high chamber. Sample colors may be neutral or Alliance-specific, but specimen colors must be Alliance-specific. The last 30 seconds of the teleop period is the endgame. Robots may continue scoring, but have protected access to their ascent zones. Each robot contacting the low rung earns 3 points. If a robot achieves a low-level ascent, it earns 15 points. But a high-level ascent earns 30 points. When the match ends, a robot parked in the observation zone earns 3 points. There are many ways to score in Into the Deep, but there are also rules that, if not followed, will result in foul points being added to the opposing alliance's score. A robot cannot enter the observation zone if a human player is in that zone. Scoring elements may not be launched. During endgame, robots may not interfere with other robots in their alliance's ascent zone. This has been a summary of this season's game, Into the Deep, presented by RTX. For complete rules, please read the competition manual and check the Q&A forum. And always remember the most important rule of the first tech challenge: gracious professionalism. Good luck, teams.
Thank you. Yeah, they're a lot smaller than I thought.
Oh, these are smaller than I thought. I thought they were gonna be like.
I know, the way that they show them.
Oh, I thought there was like.
Oh, and then there's the clips.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking.
Whenever see this a lot
Okay, what are your thoughts on the game? I'm posting this.
Sorry, it actually is really cool. I'm really excited for this season.
What are your thoughts on the game?
ASMR. Click.
I love the game. This seems simple. Not like simple, but like I feel like I have ideas. We're good. We're excited. It's gonna be a good year. I'm excited. ASMR. Okay, it's very windy, and then the tornado siren's going off at the moment. But we just finished kickoff pretty much. Now we're heading back to the Tulsa Robotics Center where there are 4 teams, but I am not one of those, part of those 4 teams. But we're running to the car to get a fidget because our minds are working so fast right now. So yes, and then I'm driving myself back and he's riding back with his team. But it's actually a really, really nice day. So
Actually, so nice.
I'm very happy. Okay, so we got the fidget. These are actually called mindful fidgets. They, from like the few things that I've done, so they were at the National Tourette's Conference, TICCON, for 2024 in Dallas this year, and they had an awesome setup and some awesome, really cool products. This one I accidentally took from one of my camp counselors from Twitch and Shout. But I have no way to getting it back to her, so I'm sorry, Rachel. You'll get it back next year. Okay, so I'm officially back home. It is 4:30 exactly at this moment. I went from Muskogee High School, where we had kickoff, to the Tulsa Robotics Center. And I was there for a hot minute. I stopped and I grabbed lunch and I brought it back. But yeah, it's been a busy day, but I'm going to disconnect, take a little bit of a brain break before I jump into completely looking at the game manual. I've already had some time with one of my teammates going over some ideas for this year's game. It's very exciting. We have a lot coming up, but until then, I'm going to take a little bit of a break and then dive straight into the 142 pages of the game manual. Today has been an incredibly long day, but an incredibly awesome day. Thank you so much for Muskogee Team MIT for hosting the kickoff. It was really fun. And to everyone competing in First Tech Challenge this year, good luck. I'm very excited for this year's game, and I hope you enjoyed the video. But yeah, I will see you at our first league meet. Bye!